Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. Let's talk about our forecast for the upcoming week across the Western Pacific. There is 3 separate areas we're keeping an eye on. Invest 98, 96, and 97W. Now, you might be thinking, oh, 3 storms, my goodness. The thing is, with these very close together, they are kind of spreading out each other's energy. So we're not seeing anything organized up very quickly at the moment. But the things could change, though, as we go ahead into the latter part of this week. But one thing I do want to note, though, you do have this area really was showing convection earlier on. Now it is continuing to move towards the west, starting to get sheared apart, a little bit drier influence. Still, though, interacting with our latest cold surge coming in out of eastern China. And as we go ahead through Monday morning, you could be seeing that broad circulation tighten up the gradient for northern areas of Luzon. And I think there's going to be some solid windy conditions across the Luzon Strait, northern areas of Cagayan, Ilocos as well, coming up the Cagayan Valley. Not terribly far inland, but for sure increasing showers from Monday over towards Tuesday. And eventually this same low kind of tracks across here and tries to reform in the backside of that. Now, typically, when we see lows run along the cold surge, the northern side of that is where all the weather is. The southern side, not really much wind at all. So that would be some good news. I mean, if we're out there into Visayas, I know this is what it looked like in Cebu. You had some pretty decent rainfall this weekend, all thanks to just kind of these passing showers with the easterlies out there. So you probably could use a little bit of a break, and you do see that could be the case there based on a rainfall accumulation as the bulk of that rough weather shifts further off towards the north. Meanwhile, though, we have that cold surge, like I mentioned, trying to drift in from the north. It's going to smack into this. There's the leading edge of the surge right there, passing by Okinawa. And then on the tail end of that, another area which could start to spin up. So here's the bigger picture. There's our first low. Here's the second one out towards Guam. This is just some of that guidance trying to develop this and kicking it off here. And then the ECMWF actually tries to form something just towards the south and east of Okinawa in a very similar pattern. But you just see that big, broad monsoonal gyre type of a low, and the GFS has been hanging on that as well. What does that mean? It means simply we don't really have a consensus on how strong this could get. The model's just like, yeah, monsoonal gyre, not organized, and that very well could be the case, but anytime we see that, we typically think big rainmaker, so something you want to keep an eye on. Actually, this is from Pagasa, just showing you that tropical threat potential. Through the 13th, there's our first area kicking off towards the west, and then the 14th through the 20th, you have that quasi-stationary within the Philippine area of responsibility. Is going to traverse to northern Luzon, and afterwards, you could be looking at another area moving out towards Vietnam. You know, basically what I just said here. You have that first area wrapping around, and eventually this could spit and move towards the south and west towards Taiwan and in northern Luzon by next week. So just watching this whole pattern. The first one coming across Monday and Tuesday, not a typhoon by any means, but windy conditions for northern Luzon. This one could be a little bit bigger and a little bit broader, impacting Okinawa through Taiwan. But really the big thing is the interaction between these tropical lows and that cold surge, really helping to kick off an early amihan even for the Philippines. And there's another look. There's our first low, just kind of reiterating what I'm talking about here. Low pressure area, messy weather in northern Luzon. Watch our dates and times. There's Wednesday and a Thursday. The second one, increasing winds and definitely just nasty weather for Okinawa by Thursday into Friday. And then this drifts down towards the southwest into northern Luzon if this guidance continues to hold true, which I think it has a good handle on based on everything we're seeing right now, just with these broad circulations. Big wave maker too. Boy, look at that. Wave heights 1 to 5 meters heading through this week. All right, here's that forecast for Monday. Like I said, a little bit of a break there into Cebu, 29 for your high, 31 over towards 33 over towards Legazpi, loads of sunshine. Manila at 30, and then we have the messier weather starting to impact northern areas, Luzon starting on Monday. Anyways, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know. As always, I always appreciate your guys' feedback. I like to give you guys these updates too, so, you know, I want to make sure they're useful. That's the big thing, right? Big thanks for everybody on Patreon too. Continues to support this channel. You guys are my heroes. And yeah, thank you so much for helping out. Anyways, that's all for today. Have a fantastic day.